All right, we are waiting for the guest of honor to hop in here. Hang out. You got dinner getting ready? Hey, Anna.
Hi, can you see me?
Yes, I can see you. What's up, Anna? Good, good, good.
Hello,
All
how are
right, let's
you?
give it let's see who else joins right now. We'll give it a few minutes. What are you up to?
Yes,
Oh, really?
perfect. I'm actually in an
Oh, cool.
inspection right now. Yes,
Oh, you're with
I'm
the
with
client and you told them you're going to
client
be going
here.
live? That's
Yes,
cool.
I said, well, I have to
Are
go
your
live.
kids asleep right now? Or what are your kids doing?
I left them with my mom, so they should be
Oh, how
asleep
cool.
in like 1
All
hour
right, we're going to
or
get to
something.
that too.
Not yet.
What's
Yeah. Hi,
up, everybody?
everybody. Thank you for
All
joining.
right.
Appreciate it.
What's up, Victor?
Hello.
All right, so I say
Hello.
we just get started. We got, oh, my mom's on. That's my mom, Ines Corona. Hi, Mom. My biggest supporter. Okay, Anna, I say
Hello.
let's get started. We got some people on here.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
fill me in on who you are. To just tell everybody a little bit about who you are and like why you do what you do.
Okay. So hello, everybody. For the ones who don't follow me yet, go follow my page. My name is Anna Chacon. I'm from Venezuela. I'm an immigrant. I've been here for almost 6 years in this country. We migrated, me and my husband, and I only had one kid when we came here. And then we had two more, so it's three of them right now. And I'm a realtor, and I currently own 7 properties, which we manage ourselves, me and my husband.
Yeah.
Sorry, I think I'm cutting out.
Am I
Can you hear
cutting in
me?
and out, or are you? Yeah, a little
No,
bit.
I saw like a little
Keep going.
timing
All right, go.
thing. Yeah, okay. So yeah, me and my husband, he's a handyman. He knows everything. Like, he's an engineer in Venezuela. So he knows how to do a lot of stuff. So that's been like a pro for us because like the house right now that we're gonna talk about, that house needed some work, like some walls to be placed in and some like doors and stuff like that. And he's been taking care of all that. So that's a very positive thing that we have. I think we are a very good team because he brings the stuff that I cannot bring,
Yeah.
and I bring the
Yeah.
stuff that
Yeah.
he
Okay.
cannot
So
bring.
then, when you first got here, so you got here 6 years ago. Um, when did you buy your first
About 6 years.
property?
Yes. Um, about 1.5 or almost 2 years after we got here, we bought our first property. Um, we saved. I have to say this. It's not easy. It's not like, it's just coming out of the dust. Especially when you're an immigrant, you don't have the same, I would say, opportunities or the same information that. Oh, I'm going to answer a question real quick. Realtor in what area? I am a realtor in Illinois currently. So yeah, especially continuing what I was gonna say, when you're an immigrant, you don't have the same information, you don't have, the
Sources.
same
Yeah. That's
resources.
loan
Yeah, you don't know the name of
programs.
the
Loan
people,
programs are different.
but we made it. I mean, yes, yes, they're different. What when you have, I mean, when you have more years here and when you have, all of the qualifications, you qualify basically for the same stuff. Some people think like, oh, well, I'm under a political asylum or something. I do not qualify. And yes, they do qualify for, certain type of programs as well as like DACA recipients
Right.
or the programs that you're offering right now, which I want to mention because they're really, really good. Couple clients that I'm sending you, they didn't have access to any tool to buy a house, and
Yeah.
they
Okay.
do
So
right now.
when you
So
were,
it's pretty
so
cool.
tell us your first how many properties do you own right now? You own 7.
Seven.
Crazy. 7.
Yep.
You've been here for 6 years. You own more properties than the amount of years
Yes.
you've been here. Okay, so of those properties,
Correct.
what are the rental models like? The first few, how are you cash flowing?
Yes. So we started with, oh, Anna, what was your last name? Chacon. Um, we started by, we have multifamily, we have single families, we have several different types. But basically, all we did was long
Yeah.
term for like a long time because it was working like really well. It's not that it's not working right now. It's still, I'm still cash flowing. I have properties in like 9%, interest rates that are rented as like, just single family, long term, normal rentals,
Nice.
and they're still cash flowing good. But I wanted to try something new, and this is when I want to mention you guys. We met
Yeah.
at the retreat in California, and I think it's very important. Networking is so important. I met you and your wife, and I remember we had a little talk about you. You already had a property on Pat Split, and I was very intrigued. And at the moment, I was like, okay, that's a cool idea. I told my husband, and then when we were forced to look at other strategies
Right.
because we wanted more cash flow than what currently offers, my area, for example. Um, I told my husband, why don't we try this? We found a house that had like the specific characteristics that we were looking for, like, like a living room that we could divide, a kitchen that's dividable, like
Yeah.
another family room or something, bathrooms that are out of the bedrooms. So yeah, we found it. We found a couple, but this was like the perfect one. And just for everyone's knowledge, I did this loan with Fernando. It was hard to close, but I want to say this guy is so good. He will
It
take you
was
to
fun. It was a
closing
good one.
for
We built
real.
a relationship, even a
But
stronger relationship throughout.
yes, yes, and it's very important. Relationships are very important. It was, let me tell you this. It took a little longer just because he was trying to get me a better interest rate with a lender that he hadn't worked before. And it was a little hard to close with that lender. So he even said, you know what, Anna? I'm not going to charge you a commission. We're just going to change the lenders because it's my fault. And I said, no way, you're not doing that. You're
It
getting
was
your
good.
commission because you worked so hard for this
We were able
deal.
to do 20% down. So we were able to get the LTV right.
Yes, because exactly, because we were going to put 25% down, and
Yeah.
you were able to make it to 20% down.
No, thank you.
So hands
So
down, really good. Yeah. Questions here. You buy a property 2 years after arriving to the US. Oh my God. Yes. And let me tell you this. I have so many clients. I have a client right now. I saw, wait, his sister, I think is
uh-huh.
online. No, she left. Okay. She was on the video, on the live. But this client, I think this is his second year. He's probably been here for like 2.5 years, and he just bought a multifamily, 4 units, 426, and he drives
Dang.
through Uber. So it's crazy. Like I know a lot of people say like, oh, if you're at 1099, it's
There
impossible to
you go.
qualify.
There
No, you're
you
just
go.
working with the wrong people.
Okay, so when it came to, do you know if he bought that like 3.5% down, 5% down, 15?
3.5% down. I requested so many credits that on the closing table, like cash to close was only like thousand and
Wow,
five hundred
that's
dollars,
wild.
something like
That's
that.
pretty sick.
Yeah, yeah, it's not
There you go.
usual, but
No,
we
that's
made
awesome.
it.
And I know you're like that
Yeah,
too.
I, I
You're
think
not afraid
the
to
thing is,
ask for what you want. You're like, no, I want this, I want this, I want this, I want this.
yes,
So no, that's props to you.
exactly. I think I heard something once that said,
Yep.
if they close the door, go through the window, and I think that's what I've done like for
That's
so
cool.
long, and that's what
No, no, I'm
it's
happy for you
working.
guys. So tell me about the deal that you guys have right now. What's the cash flow difference between deals that you've done like long-term rentals versus like a deal like this when you're renting by the room?
Well, good question. So I really, to be honest, I have really good cash flowing units. Um, my like my other cash flowing unit that's
Well,
bringing me almost three thousand
yeah.
dollars a month is a multifamily unit, but I bought it when interest rates were like
And how much
so low,
was that?
so
How
that
much was
helped
that
me a
property?
lot. Um, oh, I bought it for like 185, and it's worth probably like
That's crazy.
320 right now,
185.
325
185
around
for, and
that.
it's a 3 unit?
Yeah. Yes,
A
it's a
duplex.
two unit, but it
Yeah.
has a garage that
There
I
you go.
also rent to a mechanic. So it's a huge garage, and I currently rent
And you
both
bought
units
that with,
plus the
how did you
garage.
buy that?
So
FHA loan. Okay.
FHA loan. Yeah. So a couple of my units, a couple of my rental properties, I have bought with conventional loans, or just one with an FHA loan, conventional then,
Yeah.
and then the other ones
Yeah.
I've done DSCR multiple times too. Like the one that
The
I
one right
did with
before
you, and
that
also,
too. And so this
yeah,
is, yeah, this is not in California. This is in
yes,
Illinois. You want what city in Illinois?
yeah. Well, I live in Plainfield, Illinois, but I work in pretty much all around Illinois. Like I like right now, and I'm in like
Yeah.
2 hours away from my house. I'm in an inspection right now. We're pretty much done,
There
so
you go.
they're
So
upstairs right
with
now, and I'm here.
would you work with out-of-state investors who, let's say, were interested in getting some cash flow or some finding a property like how you found? Is that something that you've done before or would be open to doing?
Absolutely, I've even done it with international
Mhm.
investors because I'm from Venezuela. So I have
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know if you
I'm
do
actually doing one right
international
now from
investors.
Slovenia.
Oh, cool. Yeah. So those are pretty cool loans. So I work with, international people and
Yeah.
also people from out of state. And yeah, what I like about the area that I invest in, I know I watched a couple of videos and some words that you said about your pad splits and how you find like houses that are around maybe like,
Let's
you
start.
know,
Right.
bus stops and stuff like that. So yeah, what I do is I try to find something
Public
that's near
transportation.
like yes, but also how do I say this in English?
Factories.
Como
Factories,
fábricas,
warehouses. Right.
warehouses,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
warehouses, factories. Yeah, so that's what I try to do. And then when I do my calculations for room charges, I also take into consideration what's the minimum wage around and what's people
Yeah.
what people usually earn in the area. So I do like, okay, this is what they
Right.
earn, this is what they can afford. So it's not like I'm going to like charge some crazy price for for the
So as
units
an
that are
example,
not going to be
in
rented
Illinois,
quick.
what's minimum
Like for
wage there right
example,
now? Here in California, I think minimum wage is like 15 or 17 bucks now.
I think it's the same here, but to be honest, nobody earns that here.
Oh, really?
People earn like
That's pretty
18,
good.
17.
And
Yeah,
the
it's
cost of
it's
living
good.
isn't too bad. So how
Yeah,
much are
it's
you
good.
charging right now per room, you think?
For
And
that
then
one, I'm
like
charging
your one
750.
unit in your duplex, how much is a unit over there?
Um, so I right now my rents are a little low compared to the area, and it's only because the tenants have been so good and they've been there for like a long time
Mhm.
that I'm not planning on raising rents on them. But it's pretty much 1650
And
and
then and you have the
1700 for the
ADU,
other
the
unit.
garage conversion, basically.
And the
So
garage,
that's
I
and your
charge 600
mortgage is
for the
basically like
garage.
your PIT has like $1,000 or something. And so that's how you do it.
Exactly. And then I also have like some other houses where I charge like 2200. Um, I have another one where I do 1850, and it's
Yeah.
because the rents are low, but my tenants have been so good and they take care of my property. They are really, really good tenants. They
Yeah.
pay on time. Like, why should I raise rents? Like, probably in the future, I've been raising like $50, 100. I don't
Right.
want to be like,
You don't want to be
give
you
me
don't be a
500 more.
slumlord. You want to be a good person. Like, hey, you can make
Exactly.
money, but you don't have to be like a bad person about it.
Exactly. To be honest, like I think one of the guys, I think no, I'm gonna say one
Yeah.
of the guys that rents one of the rooms. He
He
follows me,
stalks
so
you?
I don't know if he's here.
You haven't blocked him? You could
Yeah,
block
he's
him
not
though.
here.
I don't know.
Why? You know, I to be honest, I like helping. For example, there's one tenant that I
Oh,
had that
okay.
I helped him buy a house. Like after he was my tenant, I helped him. I asked him. I was like, "Hey, I like you being my tenant, but why don't you get a house? Like, why are you paying me rent when you can buy
Mm.
your own house and pay the same?" And he
Yeah,
was
he's like,
like,
I didn't know I could do that.
"Oh,
Sometimes they
really?"
don't even know that they can
And
do
he
it.
bought the house with me.
Oh,
Right. And I think it's fair. I mean, it's not like there's no
yeah,
competence.
yeah.
I can find another tenant. It's
Cool.
okay.
All right,
So
one big question that I have is like, how do you do it? How do you do it all in like your ambition, your drive to obviously be a real estate agent and also be an investor and obviously be like a caring mom and obviously a good wife. Like, so people are always like, how do you do it? Like, I don't have time. You know, we can make the excuse that we don't have time. We're only going to be on baby number 2, so we don't have 3 kids. So it's like when I see you, I'm like, dude, I can't even say I don't have time because I think of Anna, and I'm like, all right, if Anna could figure this out, like we can figure it out. So how do you? What's the? Is it discipline or is it routine or it's like help?
I think it's routine. I think sometimes my kids would probably see me like as a military or something because I go like, okay, everybody's sitting right now. Everybody is sitting on the table. You know, it's like you have to eat. I don't care if you're not hungry. I don't care anything. You have to eat. And then my son has soccer practice 2 days a week. And we're just like, go, 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 put it. You get
Yeah,
dressed in the car. You go. Like,
you gotta
I want
get
to
them
get them,
moving.
discipline and yes, then and they're gonna take a shower. I'm like, you all go in the same time,
You're running a
go.
tight ship.
And
Yeah.
my kids are very close in age. Yes, so I'm not like, oh, you want to take a shower? No, I'm like, you go take a shower.
It has
You
to
go brush
be
your
like
teeth. You
that.
have 2
That's
minutes.
so funny.
That's
My
yep.
wife and I were trying the gentle
Yeah.
parenting approach. It's like, oh, would you like to take a shower? No, I don't want to take a shower. All right, I'll come. I'll try again later.
You
Just
know
like,
what works for me? You know what works? I don't give them that option to say no. What I say is, you
oh,
want to
that's a
use
good
this
one.
shampoo or this
That's true.
one?
That's a good one.
Like give them options. Yeah. So like if they don't want to eat, it's like, oh, you want to eat with the
Oh, that's
purple fork
good.
or the blue
That's
fork?
good. That's
And they
good.
go like, oh, the blue one.
That is
So
true.
it's
That's
like,
classic. All right,
it's a
we'll have to
yes.
do that one. Okay, so what do you say to other people that either haven't invested yet or are investing, and they're trying to get properties in this market, right? So, what do you say?
Yes. I would say don't listen to what people are saying. Don't just do your own research. Work with someone that actually, you know, someone that's actually making it, not
Don't
someone
do
that's
it.
just saying that,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
exactly. There's still a lot of opportunities. I don't know in your market, but in my market, we're getting multiple offers.
Yeah.
We're fighting for properties. It's a lie when they tell you like, oh, it's easy. No, it's not. I mean, obviously it's not as
It's a
hard as
different
like
type of hard
2021,
because
but
because there's still
still
limited
hard.
inventory. You know,
Yes,
you may not have as many buyers, but there's limited inventory, so all the buyers that are out there are going after the similar properties. Yeah.
exactly. There's very low inventory. I'm looking at wholesaling houses with other people's money. Good. Yeah, I haven't tried that. Have you
We
wholesaled
did
before,
wholesale. We did
Fernando?
wholesale for like 3 months, and I did it. We did it
Okay.
for like 3 months. We did wholesale like 2 properties. We probably made a decent amount, but wasn't for us. I didn't like it. I was
Okay.
like, I don't really want to do this, because you
Okay.
have to like what you're doing, and I was like, you could,
Yeah,
yeah,
I agree. And to be honest, I want to do this for like maybe some 2 or 3 years more, and then I'll just probably just be, taking care of
yeah.
my properties, managing my own
There you
properties,
go. So
because I think that's
how many more properties
yeah,
from
it's
now
what I enjoy
for
the
3 years?
most. I think for me, at least, there's a lot of people that are like, oh, I have 80 units. Oh, I have 120 units. I don't want to, I don't, I want
Yeah.
my life to be easy. I want to have time with my kids. I want to have time with my husband. I want to have time with my family. I want to have time to do what I like to do. And at the same time, well, I like, I like managing my properties. I really enjoy it, to be honest. I know some people don't. I do enjoy that. um, but yeah, I think it won't be the number of properties. I think it might be like the cash flow, set it like a little higher. And yeah, I'm not planning. Well, we purchased a house earlier this year, and we're probably going to stay there
For a while.
for the next 10 years or so. So
Right.
it's not
Your
like,
cost
oh, I want to
of
have a
living is
mansion.
going to
No, I
stay
want to have a
about the
good
same.
life.
No, that's cool.
Yeah, exactly. It's I want to travel a lot. I want to, be able to
Yeah.
eat outside if I want every day. Um, yeah, but that's pretty much. It's not like I want to buy a mansion and be super rich. No, I prefer
Yeah, buying your
having more
time back,
time.
big time.
And
Does anybody have
yeah,
questions for Anna? If you drop in,
exactly.
so Anna's she's a real estate agent out of Illinois, but and with 3 kids and her husband, they came here. She came here 6 years ago from Venezuela, and she moved here. Since then, she's bought 7 properties, and some of them are multifamilies. So for all of you just joining, feel free to ask her questions on how she's doing it. I want to go through the numbers really quick. Where I'm curious to know. I know you had got money from a sale, and then you were putting it into this property, but how much rehab was needed, to convert it into the multi? Yeah, when you bought the property, how much rehab did you actually need to put into it to start renting by the room?
Yeah, for this last property, as I mentioned before, for some of you who are just joining or didn't join at the time, my husband, he's an engineer. He's very handy. He's an engineer in Venezuela. He doesn't work here as an engineer. So he's very handy. He does a lot of works by himself. So he did pretty much the drywall, the flooring, all that. He did it. And he spent around $2,000 to $3,000 in rehabbing. So it was really low. Like the cost was really, really low. And we spent, I think, uh, our total cost to buy this property was like
Yeah,
62K, if I'm not mistaken.
it
Do you
was around
remember,
there for sure.
Fernando?
I
It
don't
was
remember
around that,
completely,
right?
but yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to look that up. But yeah, it was like 62K plus whatever my husband put. Obviously,
Yeah.
his time counts, but he's not
Yeah.
gonna. It's the same. So, yep. So that's how much it cost
Like
us, and it's
over
bringing
2,000, right?
great cash flow.
And so
So
if you do the math, right, like
yes,
that's
exactly.
2,000 times 12, 24. And so you're easily like probably a 30% cash on cash return. But anything over 20%, people ask me,
Exactly.
I know people are
Around
new
that.
here, what does cash on cash return mean, right? So cash on cash, you want to give your quick synopsis on how you explain cash on cash to people?
Yeah, so basically, if I'm not mistaken with the formula, you take your monthly, let's say, okay, to not say
Right.
monthly, your
Net profit.
yearly
Yeah.
cash flow, net profits, yeah. And then you
Right.
divide it
Right.
by how
Right.
much you put into the property, correct? And then that number, some
Right, which is
investors hit for
crazy.
like a
So some people are
7%.
happy with like 7%. So
Yes.
that means that for every $100,000
Yeah.
invested, just to put it into tangible, if you invested $100,000, you would make $7,000 in a year. That's a 7% return. And Anna and myself, I'm sure other investors are like, yeah, that's not going to cut it. That's for people who probably have more money than they know what to do with. And so they're like, I have a plethora of
Exactly.
funds of money, and I just need to put it in like a safer investment that's like, I'm fine with 7% growth over a year, right? And they just continue making money, they put it away. But for Anna's goals and my goals, I'll speak for myself. We want to buy our time back. And the only way we're going to buy our time back if we have more cash flow per amount of money that we have. So for the 100,000 that we do have, we need to make $20,000 to $30,000 a year off of that money so that we can go and buy more properties, right?
Correct. And I want to mention some little
Yeah.
stuff that I'm doing right now with this units that I'm renting out. When I talk to you, and I think I told you like, oh, I'm probably just going to be renting to immigrants, people from Venezuela. And this surprised me a lot. I'm renting to people from the US too. Like I'm renting to Americans, and it's a good variety. I'm doing only men,
Okay.
single men, just one person per room. And yeah,
So talk about your
it's
vetting
been
process
good.
really
It's
quick.
been
We
really
only got a
good.
few more minutes, but how are you? There's always a concern. So I use Pad Split remotely. they help vet, they do the background checks, and then like we do communication to the platform. But you're self-managing, so you're like
I do
meeting
all
with
that
people
by
face to face,
myself.
or is it like, and are you signing? Is your lease
I
monthly?
do.
Is
I
it
go. Some of them I did
okay?
monthly. Some of them
Cool.
I did
And then
six
is there a
months.
deposit? No deposit.
No, I
See, that's
didn't do
pretty
the
big.
puzzle.
Do you provide furniture or no?
No. Yeah. I was not going to provide furniture, but then I saw some. Okay, people are going to be like, "Why'd you do that?" Okay, but I saw some people sleeping on like a mattress on the floor. They don't care because
I
it's men.
I'm not gonna
I
lie
don't
to you.
know. You
I
guys
did
don't
not
care.
have a actual bed frame until I met my wife. Throughout college and even
Exactly.
after college, and I was living out on my own. I like did not invest in the bed frame. I was like, why not? Like the bed just goes on the floor. I'm not chilling.
We what we did was we purchased beds for everyone, and it was only because we said we're not going to do furnished units. But then we saw the people like sleeping on the floor, and they didn't care. And I'm like,
Oh,
let's just put a little bed for them. So we purchased IKEA beds, and they were probably like
yeah.
$60 each, so not expensive. And I don't like
Now you're
people
like
sleeping
motherly.
on the
You're like
floor.
kind of taking care, and they're like,
I
yes,
wanted
you guys want
something
me to make some
better.
food? You guys want me to send somebody to go take some food? No. But that's really nice, Anna. That's really nice of you. Okay, let's see.
Yes. Well, I don't know if people have more
Yeah,
questions.
no, we gotta
I
go.
don't
No,
have a
I
lot
think
of time
we're
because
coming up on
right
time.
now
Anyways, I think
I'm
this was super
expecting.
cool. It's gonna live on my Instagram for those of you that showed up late, so you get to learn about Anna. But if you haven't followed her already, Anna Chacon, is it what's your full one, Anna? Drop it in the comments so I can drop it in the
Okay.
comments. So for everybody, what I'm trying to do as well, if you've been a client, or as I get clients in the loan world, I want to bring them on in here. There you go. There's Anna. You guys can follow her right there. I don't know how to pin you. Pin comment. Okay, I pinned it. So I wanted to bring Anna and more
Got it.
investors or more homeowners like her that just going to share their experience. Like, why are they doing what they're doing? What their process is like. It's super inspirational. So Anna, thank you for being on here and for sharing.
Yeah, and if anybody has a question after this live, feel free to reach out. If I don't reply right away, it's because
There you go.
I'm doing something for sure. But I'll
Yeah,
make
you're
sure to
getting love
reply to
from Gustavo
everyone.
right there. What's up?
Oh,
There
thank
you
you.
go. All right,
He's a
guys.
client.
Yeah, if you haven't,
Yes.
whether me or Anna, if you're not following one of us, go ahead and follow, and then I'm gonna end this recording. So we'll see you guys later. Bye, Anna. See ya.
Thank you, Fernando.